everyone, and welcome to our video. My name is Christina Treviño.
And I am Trish Purcell, and we are Pathways of the Infinite here in Temecula, California. And we just kind of wanted to briefly talk to everyone about the services that we offer and just a little bit about ourselves. I am a Grand Master Practitioner of Kriyavaspata and also an intuitive, which I've been doing intuitive work most of my life, but really been practicing it for a little over 22 years. And I've worked with people from all ages and animals as well.
And myself, I am also a Kriyavaspata Grand Master and an intuitive healer. I do what I would call harmonic sound healing, where I use my voice, do toning, and I've been in the holistic field myself for about 20 years in Canada, and now here in the US, where I've reconnected with Trish, where we first met in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico in
just a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, I think it was 1993, a long time ago. So we've known each other for a long time, and now I ended up here in California, and we have started a journey together, a beautiful healing journey together, where we created Pathways of the Infinite. And today we're going to share with you some of the the services that we offer, and just give you some little information and background on all of that. So how about I first describe with you Kriyavaspata, and I'm actually in Almine's words because she describes it the best, is that Kriyavaspata is an alchemical healing modality that heals with light and frequency and angelic languages of the higher realms. In the infinite goddess language, Kriyavaspata actually means healing of the heart, and it's a gift to humanity. During a Kriyavaspata session, the benefits for the healer and the client become an alchemical equation that through light and frequency encompasses the environment, the earth, and the cosmos. Working through the heart, Kriyavaspata healing is here to help create ultimate health, vitality, joy, and abundant life. This unique healing modality is a gift from the infinite, brought forth by Almine. And Almine is an international leading mystic, teacher, and author. She's been my teacher for about 13 years. And this was brought forth in response to the major changes in cosmic laws, when many of the other healing modalities became less effective. Its primary task as an instrument of clearing away the illusory subcreations of man to reveal infinite perfection is widely acknowledged. Kriyavaspata is a wonderful, profound healing modality. Each healing brings new insights and experiences. And here is just a list of some of the great benefits we can experience with Kriyavaspata. You will feel uplifted and supported as pure emotions flood your being with love, trust, peace, and inspiration. It can promote inner well-being on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Healing on a deeper level, it clears all forms of debris and blockages in the body and chakras. You can receive insights of greater perception, awareness, and more clarity in your life. Can restore imbalances in the body, transform all forms of disease by elevating the mind and the body to the perfected state of being, and establish an alignment with the heart and the mind.
I just really wanted to point out why this is so unique, because we say that it's a healing modality. Healing is a result of this is really illuminating our perfection. So in reality, there's nothing to heal. Mm-hmm. And that is what is so profound about this specific modality. It's more of illumination of perfection, rather than us saying we're going to come and heal you and take away all your pain, because that's not what this is about.
And it's also, thank you, it's also non-intrusive.
Yes.
In the sense that, I mean, it's a non-touch modality and it's non-intrusive, meaning in that sense the sigils that we draw, which carry their own frequency and quality, will remain in your etheric body. And at that point, when you're ready to integrate that, meaning when you've let go of different conditioning and beliefs and programs, that will integrate into your body. So it's a natural process and an unfolding of your yourself. So it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
I would also like to mention that we actually do Kriyavaspata initiations where you can become a Kriyavaspata practitioner. There's actually 4 levels to it, level 1 and 2, which are done together, and then the master and the grandmaster levels, which after 3 to 6 months of consistent practice, either for yourself or as you know with others, then you can go into the master levels. In our initiations, you will actually gain a greater understanding of Kriyavaspata. The participants will earn their level 1 and 2 certification, so it is a certified course, allowing them to give personal healings immediately. In this, we study and internalize the main concepts of Kriyavaspata with the 12 pairs of emotions and the 16 rays of light. You will learn and use the sigils of love and light. These sessions we also give personal healings to everybody as well.
So I'm going to actually go over Divi Sattva Yoga, which in translation is the yoga of illumination. And it does consist of 3 bodies of yoga. And these yogas have actually been held in ancient records and only recently been released to man. You know a little bit more information about the first 2, which are Kriyavaspata Yoga, which is the yoga of abundance, and Sri Sattva Yoga, which is the yoga to clear past reincarnations. Are you able to speak a little bit about?
Well, I'll say first, you can give more of a description of it,
right.
But I will say that Kriyavaspata Yoga has actually been held by the angelic kingdom. They have indicated that this is the parent yoga of all yogas here. You know, many of yogas on the earth at this time derive from that, is what they're really saying, and that this is the original one. And it's been held for us, for humanity, when they're ready to awaken to themselves. So it's an amazing gift. It's been given to us.
Yes. And then there's Saradisi, which is the 3rd body of yoga. And Saradisi Sattva Yoga is the yoga of eternal youth. And is that from Lemurian records?
I think it's from the Sri Sattva Yoga is actually the Lemurian records that Almine translated.
Okay. Right.
And then Saradisi, they have come from ancient records that were given to Almine and translated.
Okay. So I'm just going to go over just some brief descriptions of each yoga. So Kriyavaspata Yoga is the yoga of abundance, and it's received by Almine from the angelic kingdom, like we've mentioned. And I'm going to kind of use some of Almine's words because, like Christina said, she explains it the best. So it uses easily mastered postures paired with music elixirs from the cosmic source, created specifically for each posture, which is really amazing. So each posture has its very own music elixir. So using the combination of the music and the postures creates an alchemical equation that assists in opening. There's 144 cardinal gates, so it assists each posture, and the music helps to open those, and it cleanses the body and the mind, and removes blockages and debris that manifest into pain and disease, which all participants. It helps all participants to easily tap into the natural abundance of the one life. I'm going to start talking about Sri Sattva Yoga and give you a little bit of description of that. So, as a participant reaches for a higher level of enlightenment, they must walk a path of mastery that produces a state of internal androgyny. Having lost all other identities, a master must then also lose the identity of gender. This is necessary to balance the proactive and receptive qualities within. Resolution of the 24 feminine and the 24 masculine reincarnation cycles brings the desired state to fruition. The ancient practice of Sri Sattva Yoga facilitates removal of debris from prior incarnations held in the physical form and the fields around the body. It is unique in that it uses the powerful combination of meditation with the poetry of dreaming, which is truly beautiful. I mean, you can actually just do a whole day of just going over meditation with the poetry of dreaming, which I suggest doing at some point. Sri Hat combines postures, pressure points of the body and the poetry, and sound elixirs to clear debris from past incarnation cycles, and produces a truly individual, profound experience for each participant.
I just wanted to say very quickly that the very first time that I did Sri Sattva Yoga which was in class in a retreat with Almine, and she was actually facilitating that for the first time, that it was so profound within my being that I think it was at least 2 weeks that I was having either a Kundalini awakening or just the clearing. It was so amazing. I've never, all of them are amazing. You have your own experiences with each individual of the yogas, but I just wanted to share how profound that is, because it's clearing away all the trauma and drama and memory in your cellular memory from past lives. So it's very profound.
Yes, you definitely, it's a process. So I mean, these yogas, just so we can say this, is, you know, not typical to do this on a daily basis, because this is really.
But you can if
you
can.
That's why
you want
typical,
to.
not typical, but it is. It's a process, and it's a beautiful process, and you know, this is great for silencing of the mind, and we can kind of go over the benefits. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Saradisi Yoga. Saradisi Yoga is the ancient texts speak of time as movement. So they affirm that time and space, movement and stillness are illusions. To sustain any illusion requires an enormous amount of resources. And this depletion of resources causes aging and decay. In this very potent yet easy form of yoga called Saradisi Yoga, this illusion of polarity, the impossibility that the one life can be divided, split, is brought to resolution by balancing the opposite poles exactly. Only then can they cancel one another out, revealing an incorruptible reality that lies beyond the reality of eternal youth. So, did you want to talk a little bit about some of the benefits with doing the 3 yogas?
Well, really, I mean, there's so many things. Of course, it's going to bring vitality and health and energy and overall well-being. It literally changes your DNA. It changes on a cellular level. The ultimate goal is immortality, meaning to live longer and healthier here in the body, and to get off that wheel of birth and death, and you know, just to live here longer. Right. You know, and that's really the whole.
Well, and you know what I find a little different about this yoga, because I've practiced many forms, and what I enjoy specifically, one is the silencing of the mind, which I didn't realize. You know, I can admit I was a perfectionist, and I was always, you know, doing all these lists in my head, and this brought silence to the mind, which actually brought me much more clarity than having all this fuddled information constantly going.
But you have to speak about how it helped you health-wise.
I will.
Really, that's huge.
So,
you know?
Yes, absolutely. I was actually diagnosed with lupus, Sjogren's, which is also an autoimmune, and rheumatoid arthritis. So actually there's 3 autoimmunes that I was diagnosed with. And I was also diagnosed with extremely debilitating migraines where it would actually leave scarring on my brain. And what was interesting is I no longer suffer from any of those. Nothing. No, in fact, I don't take any medication, whether it be homeopathic or the traditional Western pharmaceutical. And I definitely can attribute that to the yogas. Was definitely the beginning of that healing. And what was really interesting is when I was doing, I think we were doing Kriyavaspata yoga in January, and I was doing the final posture, which is opening that final gate. And I actually received a message, and it said, "You will no longer need migraines." And I thought, well, that's a funny message. I didn't know I needed migraines, you know. So I kind of laughed about that, but I actually haven't suffered a migraine since January. And before, I would have migraines a couple weeks a month. Like one would last up to 2 to 3 weeks, where I couldn't even hear my own voice. The pain was so tremendous, and I was thinking that something really scary was going to happen. I was told I could have strokes and horrible things. So what a gift. What a gift these yogas have been.
The yogas.
And then as I've been practicing with BASP, I mean, even feeling like, oh, am I getting a cold or whatever, the second I feel something, I do BASP on myself. And I mean, I've been sneezed on. I don't want to be gross, but I've come into contact with children that have been, you know, sick. So I have not had a virus since last year. And I know that it's with the work that we're doing.
It's so amazing.
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
Everyone actually loves it that we work with. So
yeah.
we want to share this. We are in Southern California, and we can travel, but we want to share this with many as possible. Let's just add a little bit more to the ending here, about what else we do.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So we did want to talk about briefly that not only do we work with people, but we work with animals and children. Right. We work with all walks of life, really, including animals. And our beloved pets by nature do not manifest disease, but they do transmute our stress and discordance or emotional and physical environment that we've created. So, you know, we can help your animal. We can actually assist you in understanding your pet. And even help you connect with your pet on a spiritual level. And we can assist in alleviating pain, disease, and emotional trauma through intuitive healing, or we do the Kriyavaspata, that we can even give you the tools to help your animal on your own. And we do the Kriyavaspata initiation, but what's great about Kriyavaspata?
It's actually Kriyavaspata.
Yeah.
You don't require any initiation to do that. There's actually a website. We'll put it at the end of our video that you can go and take a look at, and you can actually use. All owners of animals can use it, and animals really love it. It's very, very beautiful as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. So we do, and she had mentioned that we do travel. We do private sessions. Where we can go to hospitals, hospice, your home,
group sessions,
land.
We can work with land.
So anywhere we are totally versatile. We are located here in Temecula, California, which is between San Diego and Los Angeles, so we can travel. And if you're curious about our pricing, please check our website at www.pathwaysoftheinfinite.com. And we look forward to assisting you in opening to your higher authentic self. So please give us a call.
Yes. And thank you for taking the time to connecting with us today. And we send you much love and blessings.
Yes.